My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Aquarius. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading of 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as a token of my love and appreciation for your love and devotion towards my channel and myself. I love you guys incredibly, so thank you so much for joining me today and even subscribing to my channel. So this 5 card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third the relationship, fourth the past, fifth the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole, and then one from the French Tarot deck of Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But let's get started with card number 1, which is you. Ace of Knives. My goodness, Ace of Swords. Yes, now this is what I'm talking about. Putting time and effort into something. I'm getting, especially, well, not especially, but I feel like that this card applies for both the ones who are single and the ones who are in a relationship. Now, in a relationship, it looks like that you're putting a lot of time and effort on keeping this relationship going. You'll do anything it takes just to keep, the romance, the adventures, the happy home, happy hearth, happy family, everything going because you're putting time and effort regarding one of your beautiful, strong swords. Wow. I find that so admirable and honorable on so many levels. Congratulations on even having that motivation and inspiration within you. And even for the ones who are single, either way, it's like you could be heading off towards finding true love of that Mr. or Mrs. Right, but you're the one putting time and effort into it. But you could also be heading off towards your own goals and endeavor by also putting time and effort into whatever goal, endeavor, dream that you're heading towards as well. So nonetheless, this is a very important card, and I'm so honored that this card came out in this reading for you today. Let's see who the other person is. It is also one of your beautiful, strong cards, but let's see who the other person is or could be. The World. Maybe a fellow fixed sign, maybe another Aquarius, maybe a Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus for that matter. But you're pretty much also heading out into this world nonetheless. So hypothetically, I feel like that this combination, happy home, happy earth, happy family, reunions, engagements, whatever it may be, or anniversaries and stuff like that. But this could also be you heading out into the singlehood, heading out into the world and saying, okay, I'm going to finally put time and effort. I'm going to finally, do a lot of self-improvement, development, whatever it is. I'm going to be hitting the gym. I'm going to adapt to healthy habits. I'm going to, learn new skills. I'm going to do whatever it takes just to get out and just build my confidence. Because like this saying goes, if you build it, they will come. If you, turn yourself into this real inspirational, kind of, story where you pretty much, learn from singlehood and you put time and effort onto your goals and endeavors towards the future, you'll have so many humans that are drawn towards you. But this could also be you heading out into the singlehood of thinking, you know what, I'm done with all the excess drama of romance, relationships. It's just too complicated. I'm just going to go out and focus on my own dreams, goals, and ambitions for that matter as well. Wow. Or you could also have other fixed placements in your star chart as well. Relationship is or could be Lord of Scepters, King of Wands. You could definitely maybe be with a fellow fixed sign of a Leo for that matter, or you could have Leo placements somewhere in your star chart. But what I see here is so much fiery ambition, inspiration, motivation, and just the strong determination within you of wanting to actually, get out, whether it's happy home, happy hearth, happy family, heading out towards the summer break holiday and sharing beautiful photos, memories, reminiscing moments, what have you and whatnot and stuff like that. But it could also be that you're heading off into a very beautiful, passionate relationship coming up real soon. And again, I can't say when, where, how, because tarot has no time frame in any way. But you could also be heading out to, meet a fire sign, maybe a Leo for that matter as well. But either way, I see incredible confidence within you. So if you would rather dote, upon yourself and focus on your own goals, careers, your own ambitions, your own endeavors for that matter, 100% your prerogative, and I want to wish you all the best on wherever it may take you. Because the past... Hanged Man, Pisces energy. You could also have Pisces placements. Maybe you're currently with a Pisces, or maybe you are, or either way, but you were pretty much doing a lot of introspection and self-reflection on this whole relationship, or your own voyage for that matter. Because the thing is, about wanting to put time and effort, you probably will, in any way, you always need to find a reason to put time and effort into something. whether it's finding motivation, inspiration, whatever it is, what have you, and stuff like that. So, but either way, it's like it looks like that you already had this reason to want to get out there, and you're incredibly ambitious, goal oriented, motivated, and determined to want to head towards whoever you're currently with, whoever you have your eyes focused on, or any kind of goal or endeavor for that matter as well, whether it's even feeling incredibly motivated, putting time and effort onto your career, your hobbies, your endeavors, your anything that you pretty much have your eyes focused on, stuff like that, because you did a lot of thinking through of this whole process from the past. Wow. I mean, hypothetically, if you've already been in a negative breakup or divorce, maybe this is where you pretty much had to ponder, well, your choices regarding, what you personally wanted to start heading towards and achieving in the weeks, days, and maybe you're in a very passionate, strong, confident position in modern times. The future, Empress. Oh my goodness, you could end up with maybe a Virgo, or you could have Virgo placements. I see abundance. I see this new beginning. Maybe you're going to be having a baby, more children, whatever it is in the future and stuff like that. But the Empress, it's about new beginnings. And that's what I see you doing, is you're putting in a lot of time and effort on heading out into this world. You're incredibly ambitious, goal-oriented, motivated, because you've thought everything through, and this is pretty much what's waiting, for you at the end of the tunnel, the end of the rainbow, wherever, you're pretty much heading towards. It could be, abundance from a career, abundance from an endeavor, anything that you pretty much wanted, wished, and desired, and craved, of course. But you're also in a very realistic and grounded mindset about heading towards whatever you want, wish, dream, and desire, of course, as well. Wow. Because Oracle wants to say that death will come, mortal, finite, and fragile. Now the thing is, hypothetically, if you've been through nothing but a negative experience, breakup or divorce, and you're already kind of pondering your life choices regarding love or relationships for that matter, the thing is you see this dead heart, because a drained heart does end up white for that reason. But if you look at these tiny little red blood cells, and I don't mean to gross you out on so many ways, it just shows that there's still that bit of hope and faith within yourself. Now you could have hope and faith on getting out and finding new true love, but it could also be hope and faith on actually just saying, you know what, I don't need to deal with any of that excess drama of relationships, complications, whatever it may be, what humans are struggling and dealing with in current times right now, because I'm going to be putting the last bit of this hope within my own dreams, goals, and endeavors and ambitions as well in the future, or in the days to come at least. Wow. Because Favole wants to add, the Seven of Mass, which is like the Seven of Pentacles. Yes, there's hesitation in the future, because perhaps you've been dealing with nothing but negative setbacks. You've dealt with breakups, divorces, rejections, refusals. Now here's an antidote I always want to provide for everybody, include for you. Hypothetically, you've just been, rejected, refused. People don't want to acknowledge you, whatever, people, do whatever it is on a negative manner. Forget about them. Do a lot of self-development, self-healing, self-creation, and take excellent good care of yourself, and focus on your own dreams and ambitions and goals, and reach for any kind of top-tier position or dream that you want, because the star is your card. So hypothetically, if you want to start reaching for the stars, I would do so, because the thing is, if you've been, dealt with nothing but negativity, setbacks, negative experiences for that matter, improve yourself to the top quality of who you are, and then watch people, have their eyes focused on you. And then should those people or person ever, come back to you who rejected, ignored, refused you, and say, oh, Aquarius, oh, you actually will have a good job, you're driving that fancy vehicle, you make a lot of money, or I see you on, the cover of these magazines, or you were in that newspaper article, whatever, blah, 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 what have you. Ignore them. Give them the same treatment that they gave you. Why? Because the thing is, it's like, being able to grow and develop together is crucial. It's kind of like the phrase, if you build it, they will come, but it's also about, building a nest together, because, you see these two birds, flocking together, and, during the spring season, I saw a lot of birds, even if it was in the evening time, yeah, just flying around with tiny little twigs in their mouth because that's, their way of creating and building a nest. And these power couples that have been together for like 50 some longer years is because they stayed together, because they built each other, they provided, they supported each other, and that's why they're with each other in this very beautiful, noble, top tier lifestyle that they have, because that's what they created and built together. And that's a very crucial aspect. Now, hypothetically, a lot of humans tend to be too one-sided, where they want to have immediate gratification. They want to have the handsome, beautiful, model type, or already immediate successful, or rich person in their life and stuff like that. But those things are just, you know, those things never happen overnight. Sad but true. It's like, like the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. A lot of the, a lot of these, big plans and dreams that came to fruition always started with a tiny little seed. And that's with anything. If you want to buy yourself a bouquet of flowers, that's fine. But if you want to have a nice, beautiful rose garden, just plant them and watch them grow, so you can watch them, for many days, weeks, months, and stuff like that, instead of just leaving them in a vase for like maybe a week and then just start, watching the rose petals start drying up and stuff like that, So, the French Tarot deck wants to finish off with... This is like the Page of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is this is like a Page of Cups that you're going to be dealing with in the, like in the future and stuff like that. But I would actually think about what you want, wish, and dream and desire right now. And the thing is it's like, just remember the phrase, if you build it, they will come. If you want to live in a nice, beautiful, successful, it's best to start working and heading towards those times and try to look for the, because, a lot of, these steps start off with basic resources, and then you can slowly start building yourself up. But of course, it is a general reading. It doesn't have to be applying to everybody in that aspect. But if you want, dream, and wish, and desire for something, don't just think about what you want and dream and wish and desire. It's also about planting tiny little seeds and watching that beautiful rose bush start flourishing in the months to come, because it takes a long time for those things to grow. Sad but true. But that's kind of what the kind of message I want to provide for today's love reading in so many ways. Hopefully you're in a long-lasting committed relationship, so hopefully many anniversaries and engagements and all kinds of occasions will yet to come for you. But anyway, sad but true, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now. If this reading resonated for you, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel, because I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to general readings, so for now, I'm just doing love in general. I'm also open for personal readings, and all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, post in the little discussion box below that you want a reading from me, and I'll respond to you with my email. We'll start the process from there. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly, and best of luck on where this journey may take you.